how has the experience with Eventify overall been for you and your team?
Fantastic. Really, really good. I created the event using Eventify and I found it very easy to use, very easy to navigate. The service was really good as well. I had a few questions along the way, so really nice to see that everyone was literally within a few minutes back to me. When you're doing something so timely, it's really great to have that support. There are great features on there, definitely features we'd not even thought of, which was fantastic. And it reached all of our criteria that we wanted, making it the platform that we went for. We did actually research about 10 different other apps and we felt Eventify met all of our needs over everything else. And the pricing helped as well, so it allowed us to stay in budget, which was again something else that the other apps just didn't do.
So we'll just quickly start with a run through of the events you typically organize.
So typically we organise mainly conferences. Lately it's been the global conference, which was the one that happened in February. And that is our annual global conference. So we are planning to hold that every year. We did have a bit of a anomaly event this year, which was the staff event, which took place in Miami. And that is kind of an anomaly event because it happens once every 2 years. And it's basically based on can we do it kind of thing. So it's not set in stone at all. But yeah, so those are the kinds of events that we do. The global conference is around about 300 people. We have an ad hoc event that holds about 100 people for an asset management point of audience. So yeah, that's basically it really. Those two constant ones, and then we've got the anomaly.
Okay. And from what I remember, you were not using any other solution prior to Eventify, right, to manage your events, or was there something you were using? All right.
No, so no solution at all. We were a complete app-free event when we were doing them before. And yeah, the CEO reached out and said that he'd really like to experiment with an app and see if that would be something we could do. This was primarily for the staff event that we held because there was 500 people there. So there's a lot of people who don't know each other as we're a global company. So we felt the app would be really good in kind of making people network a little bit more and breaking down that barrier between people.
Okay. And how has the experience with Eventify overall been for you and your team?
Fantastic. Really, really good. So we went into it kind of not really knowing what to expect, but it's a very easy to use platform. I created the event using Eventify and I found it very easy to use, very easy to navigate. The service was really good as well. I had a few questions along the way, so really nice to see that everyone was literally within a few minutes back to me. So when you're doing something so timely, it's really great to have that support. And then yeah, I think there are great features on there, definitely features we'd not even thought of, which was fantastic. And it reached all of our criteria that we wanted, making it the platform that we went for. So we did actually research about 10 different other apps and we felt Eventify met all of our needs over everything else. And again, the pricing helped as well. So it allowed us to stay in budget, which was again something else that the other apps just didn't do. So yeah, overall very good.
Okay, great. You mentioned there were some standout features and some unique features. So if you could just throw light on like top three features that you found you and your team kept going back to and because they were really helpful or it met your needs, if you could mention them.
Yeah, of course. So I think the first one was the interactive agenda. A really great feature for us to use, made it nice and easy for people to know what was coming, where to be and when. And we found that really worked over both events, both internal and external. The second one I'd say is the Q&A function, really, really well utilised in both conferences, very easy to navigate. And we felt it was really nice for attendees to have the option to be anonymous as well, because obviously you do have people who would rather not tell you who they are when they're asking these questions. So that was really helpful for us. I think the last one would have been the maps. The maps was a very unique feature that we really didn't expect to see. And we didn't really get thinking about it until we saw it in the app. But we ended up making an interactive map for both events, highlighting what was happening in each space. And again, that worked really nicely. People really enjoyed kind of knowing exactly where everything was before even stepping foot in the room. So that really helped. But yeah, I think that was my three.
Okay. Um, any features or any updates that you think we can introduce that will make your life easier?
I think so. While we were doing the staff event, I remember we had a scavenger hunt that we needed to organise, and we decided to use the community's features. And I just thought as a little bit of an improvement, because I think it would have really helped us. We had 50 groups, so we had a lot of communities. And what would have really helped was that if you were put in a private community, you only saw that one and not the rest. That would have been really helpful, I think. But it still worked fine because we had the notifications, so it was fine in the end. But yeah, that would have been really helpful. And I think as well, having data on who downloads what in the app. So we uploaded some slides for our external event, and we felt that if you could download it and see I mean, you can obviously download it, but to see the data on who downloaded it in the app would have been really useful for us to see who's interacting and if they're even interacting after the event, which we actually got emails about saying that they were, which was again really great. So yeah, I think those are the two main features, but everything else was great to work with.
All right. Those are great insights, and I'll definitely take those back to my team. So, Jodie, really appreciate this. And if at any point, if there's
No
anything else that you can
problem.
think of, whether it's a learning curve for us or whether it's something that's working out for you, you can always shoot me or Silas an email. All right. Thank you so
Perfect.
much, Jodie. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you for doing
No
this again.
problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Cheers.
You have an amazing day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. You too.